Hey there. This is the video for Sylvia Plath's Lady Lazarus that comes from this collection of her poetry, the second of two collections that was published of her poetry. This is Ariel, published 2 years or 3 years, 2 years after her death, her suicide. But the poems were written in her last days. And I tried to read this off the screen and it was an utter failure. So I'm actually going to read out of the book in a minute. But first, I just take a minute to share my screen with you and show you my blog post about this that expands the content that I put in the classroom. And I was able to find some really great images and photos. This in particular that I thought was really stunning. And so I wrote a little here. There's some pictures of, there is a picture of Sylvia Plath, Ms. Plath. There's Lady Lazarus, which I'll read to you. I think it's an incredible poem. Some other collages, then her actually reading. Her actually reading 3 of her poems, Daddy being one of her most famous poems. And I don't usually focus on that because it's often anthologized and you can hear people talk about it elsewhere. Lady Lazarus is also in here, and comparing her reading to my reading is really interesting for me, at least. I don't know if it'd be interesting for you. This terrible poetry analysis with a computer voice reading a PowerPoint, but there's some interesting content and some other Sylvia videos, I should say, Ms. Plath videos, documentary of Sylvia Plath, a long lecture by a professor at Eastern School, sort of the draft page of her Lady Lazarus thing, and then some more. Oh, you can't. I have to go back. There's actually text here. You can't. Yeah, I can highlight it. There's actually text here. I have to fix that. But let me read this to you so you can bring it up. It's in the classroom. You could bring up that blog post if you prefer. But to do this and do it justice, I have to fully give you the experience that I would give you in the live classroom, which is standing and reading. So here we go. Lady Lazarus by Sylvia Plath. I have done it again. 1 year in every 10 I manage it, a sort of walking miracle. My skin bright as a Nazi lampshade, my right foot a paperweight, my face a featureless fine Jew linen. Peel off the napkin, oh my enemy, do I terrify? The nose, the eye pits, the full set of teeth, the sour breath will vanish in a day. Soon the flesh the grave cave ate will be at home on me, and I a smiling woman. I'm only 30, and like the cat, I have 9 times to die. This is number 3. What a trash to annihilate each decade. What a million filaments. The peanut crunching crowd shoves in to see them unwrap me hand and foot, the big strip tease. Gentlemen, ladies, these are my hands, my knees. I may be skin and bone, nevertheless, I am the same identical woman. The first time it happened, I was 10. It was an accident. The second time, I meant to last it out, not come back at all. I rocked shut as a seashell. They had to call and pick the worms off me like sticky pearls. Dying is an art, like everything else. I do it exceptionally well. I do it so it feels like hell. I do it so it feels real. I guess you could say I've a call. It's easy enough to do it in a cell. It's easy enough to do it and stay put. It's theatrical. Come back in broad day to the same place, the same face, the same brute, amused shout. A miracle that knocks me out. There is a charge for the eyeing of my scars. There is a charge for the hearing of my heart. It really goes. And there is a charge, a very large charge, for a word or a touch or a bit of blood or a piece of my hair or my clothes. So, Herr Doctor. So, Herr Enemy, I am your opus. I am your valuable, the pure gold baby that melts to a shriek. I turn and burn. Do not think I underestimate your great concern. Ash, ash, you poke and stir, flesh and bone, there is nothing there. A cake of soap, a wedding ring, a gold filling. Herr God, Herr Lucifer, beware, beware. Out of the ash I rise with my red hair, and I eat men like air.